Let me tell you something most people are too afraid to admit. There is no moral path to wealth. No clean checklist. No universal blueprint. There is only one thing that separates the rich from the rest. They won. That's it. History doesn't remember how politely someone succeeded. It remembers who stood at the top when the dust settled. The scoreboard doesn't care about excuses, intentions, or feelings. It only cares about outcomes. Some of you were taught that there is a right way to get rich, a noble way, a socially approved way. That belief has kept millions broke, bitter, and obedient. Because while they were waiting for permission, someone else was taking territory. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The world rewards effectiveness, not righteousness. Money doesn't ask if you followed the rules. It asks one question only. Did you win? Sit with that. Comment this now, and don't lie to yourself. I stop waiting for the right way. I choose the winning way. Here's the reality. No one spells out for you. Society doesn't reward effort. It doesn't reward intention. It doesn't reward fairness. It rewards leverage. It rewards courage. It rewards people who move first and think independently. The system praises morality in public and power in private. That's not cynicism. That's observation. Look around. The wealthiest people didn't all follow the same path. Some built companies. Some invested early. Some took risks others were terrified of. Some exploited inefficiencies while everyone else complained about them. Different methods. Same result. Winning. And the masses hate this idea because it destroys the comforting lie that if they just do everything right, success will arrive eventually. But it doesn't work like that. As Niccolo Machiavelli warned centuries ago, men judge more by the eye than by the hand. Because everyone can see, but few can feel. Translation? People admire results, not the struggle behind them. This video isn't about greed. It's about clarity. If you want wealth, freedom, and control over your time, you need to stop asking what's approved and start asking what works. Because money flows toward value, dominance, and scale, not toward virtue signaling. Comment this now. I respect results. I study winners. The dangerous myth of the right way. You were sold a bedtime story. Study hard. Follow the rules. Stay in line. Don't upset anyone. And maybe, just maybe, you'll be rewarded. That script was designed for compliance, not conquest. The right way is a moving target defined by people who already won or people who never intended to. When someone gets rich, society rewrites the story to make it palatable. They smooth the edges. They hide the chaos. They sanitize the aggression. Because raw ambition makes people uncomfortable. As Friedrich Nietzsche observed, all great things are created by those who stand alone and go against the grain. Winning requires friction, and friction offends fragile minds. That's why average people shame ambition. They call it selfish, unethical, arrogant, not because it's wrong, but because it exposes their fear. Comment this if it hits you. I don't chase approval. I chase mastery. What winning actually means. Winning doesn't mean cheating. It doesn't mean cruelty. It means refusing to play losing games. It means choosing leverage over labor, ownership over permission, skill over credentials. It means understanding that rules are tools, not chains. Some rules protect you. Some rules limit you. Wisdom is knowing the difference. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Winners don't complain about obstacles. They convert them into advantage. They ask different questions. Not, what's the safest path? But, what's the asymmetric move? Not, what will people think? But, what will compound? That mindset shift alone separates the wealthy from the wage-bound. Comment this now. I think in leverage, not limits. The first principle, introduced quietly, but decisively. At some point, every winner makes a silent decision. They stop outsourcing responsibility. No more blaming the economy. No more blaming upbringing. No more blaming the system. Because blame feels good. But it pays nothing. As Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Most people are broke by default, running scripts they never questioned. Winners interrogate everything. Their beliefs, their habits, their environment. They redesign themselves intentionally. And that's when momentum begins. Not overnight, but inevitably. Comment this now and lock it in. I take full responsibility for my outcomes. Why this makes people uncomfortable? Because it removes the victim card. If there's no single right way, then failure can't hide behind morality. It means if someone else made it, they figured something out you didn't. That realization stings. So people cope by moralizing poverty and demonizing success, but resentment has never paid a bill. As Arthur Schopenhauer noted, talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. Winners see opportunities before they're obvious, before they're crowded, before they're safe. And by the time society approves, the profits are already gone. Let that sink in. Comment this now. I move early. I move decisively. We haven't even touched the mechanics yet. We haven't talked about leverage, or asymmetric risk, or why most people work hard but never get rich. That's coming. And if this is already making you uncomfortable, good. That means it's working. If this perspective hit you, if it rattled something loose, hit the like button. Subscribe, because the next part goes deeper, and it gets sharper. The winning way doesn't care about your comfort, but it will change your life. Why hard work alone keeps you poor. Let's say it plainly. Hard work is not rare. Misguided hard work is everywhere. Millions of people exhaust themselves every day. Early mornings, late nights, sweat, sacrifice, and still they stay stuck. Because effort without leverage is just controlled suffering. The system loves hard-working people who never question direction. They are predictable, replaceable, safe to ignore. Winners understand something brutal early on. Effort is only valuable when it scales. If your income stops when you stop, you're not building wealth. You're renting survival. As Voltaire warned, the comfort of the rich depends upon an abundant supply of the poor. That's not bitterness. That's structure. The machine needs people who believe working harder is the answer. It runs on them. Wealth is created by ownership, leverage, and positioning, not by exhaustion. Comment this now and let it rewire you. I don't work harder. I work smarter and wider. The second principle, position beats effort. Winners obsess over position. Losers obsess over tasks. Position determines what you get paid for. Tasks determine how tired you are. Two people can work equally hard. One gets rich. The other gets applause and nothing else. Why? Because one chose a position with upside. The other chose safety. High ground matters. In war, in chess, in life, winners place themselves where outcomes multiply. They ask, where does money already flow? Where is attention going? Where can one decision echo 1,000 times? That's why wealth clusters. In industries, in cities, in networks. It's not coincidence. It's gravity. Comment this now. I choose position before comfort. Why most advice is designed to fail you. Notice something strange. Most mainstream advice never produces elites. It produces obedient middle performers. Be patient. Trust the process. Everything happens for a reason. Comforting phrases. Financially useless. Real winners don't wait for perfect clarity. They move with partial information and adjust aggressively. The masses want guarantees. Winners want probability. That's the difference. The world doesn't reward certainty. It rewards decisiveness. And here's the harsh truth. If advice is popular, it's already diluted. By the time everyone agrees something works, the edge is gone. Comment this now. I act before consensus. Risk, fear, and the illusion of safety. Let's destroy another myth. Playing it safe is not safe. Inflation eats savings. Automation eats jobs. Complacency eats potential. Stability is temporary. Adaptability is permanent. Winners don't avoid risk. They calculate it. They take risks they can survive. For rewards that change trajectories. Losers avoid risk entirely and accept a guaranteed ceiling. Fear whispers lies. It says, wait, not now. Who do you think you are? Winners hear fear, then move anyway. Comment this now. Slowly. Fear does not decide my future. The third principle. Build assets, not applause. Applause fades. Assets compound. Assets work while you sleep, while you learn, while you pivot. Skills are assets. Networks are assets. Businesses are assets. Equity is an asset. Likes are not. Praise is not. Being a good person alone is not. The world respects kindness, but it pays value. Winners focus on what grows without permission. They build things that outlive moods and opinions. Comment this now. I build what compounds. Midpoint wake-up call. If this is making you rethink your entire approach, that's the point. If it feels confronting, good. That tension is growth knocking. If this hit you, do not scroll. Like this video. Subscribe. Because what comes next explains how winners think when everyone else panics. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Stay with me. How winners think when everything falls apart. Here's where the separation becomes undeniable. When pressure hits, most people panic. They tighten up. They freeze. They look for someone to blame. Winners do the opposite. They slow down. They narrow focus. They make fewer decisions, but better ones. Chaos is not a threat to them. It's a filter. Because chaos exposes who is pretending. As Sun Tzu taught, in the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. But opportunity doesn't announce itself. It disguises itself as discomfort. Market crashes. Industry shifts. Public fear. This is where fortunes quietly change hands. Most people look for reassurance. Winners look for mispricing. They understand one law deeply. When emotions are high, logic is cheap. Comment this now. I stay calm when others lose control. The fourth principle, emotional control, is financial control. If you can't control your emotions, money will never obey you. Impulse destroys portfolios. Ego destroys partnerships. Fear destroys timing. That's why intelligence alone doesn't create wealth. Temperament does. Winners train emotional restraint like a weapon. They don't react. They respond. They don't chase hype. They study cycles. As Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The market tests patience before it rewards conviction. Comment this slowly. I master myself before I chase money. Why most people sell at the worst time? Because they want comfort, not truth. Comfort says, get out, preserve what's left, stop the pain. Truth says, this is where the work begins. Every major upside looks terrifying in real time. That's why it pays so well later. If opportunity felt safe, everyone would take it. Winners expect discomfort. They budget for it psychologically. They don't need certainty. They need conviction backed by preparation. Comment this now. I can tolerate discomfort for long-term gain. The fifth principle, identity dictates income. This one is subtle and dangerous if ignored. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your identity. If you see yourself as someone trying, you'll keep trying. If you see yourself as a builder, you'll build. Winners upgrade identity before results show up. They act in alignment with who they are becoming, not who they've been. As Carl Jung observed, I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. Income follows identity like a shadow. Change the self-image. The behavior follows. The results chase after. Comment this now and mean it. I act as the person I am becoming. Why discipline beats motivation every time. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. Motivation waits for mood. Discipline ignores mood. Winners design systems that operate on bad days. Because bad days are guaranteed, they automate, discipline, schedules, rules, non-negotiables. They don't rely on willpower. They engineer inevitability. As Arthur Schopenhauer wrote, man can do what he wills, but he cannot will what he wills. So winners remove temptation instead of fighting it. Comment this now. I build systems that carry me forward. The quiet advantage no one talks about. Silence. Winners don't broadcast moves early. They don't argue with spectators. They don't seek validation mid-build. Noise drains focus. They let results speak. While others post intentions, winners stack progress. And when success becomes visible, it's already too late to compete. Comment this now. I move quietly and execute loudly. We're approaching the final stretch. Next, we expose why most people never escape average. Not because they lack talent, but because they cling to familiar cages. If this perspective is sharpening your thinking, like this video, subscribe now, because the last part ties everything together and shows you how to lock in the winning way for life. Stay here. You're closer than you think. Why most people never escape average. Here's the part that hurts the ego. Most people aren't trapped by lack of opportunity. They're trapped by familiarity. Average feels safe because it's known. Predictable suffering feels better than unfamiliar responsibility. So people decorate their cages. They call it realism. They call it being grounded. They call it maturity, but it's fear wearing adult clothing. Winners are willing to become strangers to their old lives, old routines, old conversations, old versions of themselves. As Friedrich Nietzsche said, the snake which cannot cast its skin has to die, as well the minds which are prevented from changing their opinions. Growth demands shedding, and shedding is uncomfortable. That's why so few do it. Comment this now. I release what no longer serves me. The sixth principle. You must outgrow your environment. Your environment shapes your standards. Your standards shape your outcomes. If everyone around you thinks small, you will have to fight gravity every day. Winners don't argue with gravity. They change altitude. They seek rooms where they're the least impressive. They study people who intimidate them. They normalize levels of success that once felt impossible, not for validation, for calibration. As Niccolo Machiavelli observed, he who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. And command starts internally, by choosing your influences deliberately. Comment this now. I choose environments that expand me. Why comfort is the silent killer of potential. Comfort doesn't attack you. It sedates you. Slowly, quietly. It whispers, you've done enough. Tomorrow is fine. No need to push. Winners are suspicious of comfort. They respect rest. But they don't worship ease. Because every level of wealth demands a new level of tolerance for discomfort. If you avoid pressure, you avoid growth. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, what we do now echoes in eternity. Daily choices compound into destiny. Comment this now. I don't negotiate with comfort. The seventh principle. Time is the real currency. Money can be regained. Time cannot. Winners are ruthless with their time. They say no without apology. They cut distractions aggressively. They invest time where it multiplies. Most people spend time to escape discomfort. Winners invest time to eliminate it permanently. That's the difference. Every hour is either compounding your future or subsidizing stagnation. There is no neutral use of time. Comment this now. I invest my time like my life depends on it. The final truth about the winning way. There is no single strategy, no perfect path, no universal formula, only principles. Leverage over labor, ownership over permission, calm over chaos, identity over intention. The winning way is adaptive, relentless, unromantic. It doesn't seek applause. It seeks results. And once you internalize that, you stop asking for permission. You stop waiting for certainty. You stop needing approval. You move. You adjust. You win. Comment this now. This is the anchor. I choose outcomes over excuses. Let me leave you with this. The world does not owe you clarity. It owes you consequences. You can cling to the idea of a right way and stay where you are, or you can choose the winning way and accept the responsibility that comes with it. No guarantees, no comfort, no applause at the beginning, just growth, power, freedom. If this hit you, if it challenged you, like the video. Subscribe now, because this channel is not for comfort seekers. It's for builders, for thinkers, for people ready to step out of average permanently. What's coming next goes even deeper, into power, discipline, and execution. Stay sharp, stay hungry, and remember, there is no right way, only the winning way.